So in 1998, the Relax Sauna company sent their semiconductor chip, their little lamp, to Pittsburgh for some kind of inventing conference, and they got a gold medal for that. So the Relax Sauna has been around. The company has been around for 42 or 43 years. My company has been around for 44 years. I started in 1980. We started Relax Saunas of Momentum in 2002. And so I've been promoting the Relax Sauna for all those years. But talking about increasing body temperature, and what we do is we talked about oxygenation was the third thing. The fourth thing, and especially the Relax Sauna, more so than any other sauna, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system. And that's magical. Because when you get into the now, where you're conscious, that monkey mind quits doing its thing and just lays low, and it activates, and there's no time. When you activate the parasympathetic, you get into no time. There's no pain, because my quasi-definition of pain is the awareness of time. Have you ever hurried? Have you ever worried? Have you ever scurried? Have you ever waited? All those are activities involving time, and they're all very, very painful activities. And we may not even be aware how painful they are, but they are. Just like physical pain, emotional pain and mental pain are also something that the Relax Sauna eases. If you have depression, if you have autism, if you have any kind of anxiety, you get in the Relax Sauna, like the lady last night said, I feel relaxed. I said, do you know why it's called the Relax Sauna? Oh, I think I do. And so we've had, Dr. Klinghardt is a well-known doctor who's promoted the dangers of microwave EMF, and his partner about 6 years ago was at the autism conference. They took a Relax Sauna up to their hotel room, and her elbow pain she'd had for a year. Gone. One session of the Relax Sauna. She gave me a testimony after they bought one 3 days later. It's interesting because they have access to 10, 20, 30 different energy medicine kind of machines. Light beds, everything, and nothing was able to get rid of her elbow pain, and the Relax Sauna did it. So the Relax Sauna, stands alone as a dynamic energy device. We believe that the inventor, Dr. Chang, and his team of scientists took him from 1987 to 1997 to find a way to create a semiconductor chip that gives you only the healing, loving light between 7 and 14 microns that resonates with your 8-micron vibrating water molecules and with the cells of your body that vibrate at 9.4 microns. Took him 10 years from 1987 to 1997 to do it, and we really believe that he deserves the Nobel Prize. So this is some of the recent research on the Relax Sauna, and it's really, because a lot of doctors, like I said, Rebecca Harder wrote the book Gastrogirl, which is healing the world one person at a time, and she's got all these different, castor oil rebounders, inversion machines, and many other modalities that you can use. And she has 15 pages on saunas, including 7 pages on the Relax Sauna, that book. And for 10 years, she would go by our booth at the colonic shows, and she would just turn the other way. Well, I have an $8,000 wooden sauna. That can't do what, certainly it couldn't. Certainly at that price. Certainly looking as weird as it does, a little pup tent. But, surprisingly enough, after 10 years, she said, well, I've got a few extra minutes. I'll go in. In 3 minutes, she was sold. And because of that, Hippocrates Health Institute in West Palm Beach, Florida, now promotes the Relax Sauna, has sold many of the Relax Saunas to their people who visit their institute for a week or 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And a lot of them are cancer patients or people with severe problems. There's I can't think of it. There's a medical spa in Mexico that a lot of times has a booth at these shows. I think it starts with an A, like Aviento or something like that. And they've been promoting the Relax Sauna at their cancer clinic. Baja, Mexico does, and there's a lot of other cancer doctors, including Dr. Bill Akpenar, who wrote the book No Sweat, No Sweat, and he's the one that quotes Dr. Toshika Yamasaki in his book No Sweat, No Sweat, which is a history of saunas. See, way back, before the 60s, wooden saunas, Finnish saunas, the Indian sweat lodges. Those could do the trick to detoxify you. But in the 1960s, when all the chemicals, all the pesticides, and God knows what else they put in the air and the water and the fluoride and all that, all this junk has made the world so toxic that they don't do the trick. And whenever a problem comes into this world, on the back of that problem, on the back of that side of the coin is the solution. That's the way this universe works. So basically, the solution to that is the far infrared saunas, and that's why Dr. Sherry Rogers calls it the superior sauna. Now, there's a new book out called Infrared Illuminated by Ariel Callista Miller, and it talks about there's 150 pages of 150 research articles that it annotates it to. In that book, we have it at my booth. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at the booth. And she has been using the Relax Sauna for 2 years, and she puts the Relax Sauna in there as the one that she uses. And I talked to her recently. For the last 2 months, she's been sticking her head in, and she can't believe how her hair is growing. And so there's, and again, we've a lot of people have lost 100 pounds. One lady said, I lost 100 pounds. I weighed 250, and now I'm 150. It took me 2 years. I lost a pound a week for 2 years. There's a lady who helps us at shows in San Francisco area, and she lost about 100 pounds, 70 pounds, 80 pounds. There's a guy in Las Vegas whose mom bought a sauna, and he lost many, many pounds. A lot of people will lose weight. Not everyone, but a lot of people will. Lyme disease, we have 17 testimonies on YouTube from people who don't have symptoms of Lyme. There's a lady here who was at our booth yesterday who is one of the interviewees. She's been helping people, and a lot of her Lyme patients have used the Relax Sauna and have recovery from it. Some partial, some complete. One doctor said that his Lyme literate doctor got his wife to 75% better from Lyme, and then said, you need an infrared sauna. So he bought the Relax Sauna from us, and within a short period of time, she was 95, 97% effective or functionable in this world. So we have testimonies like this, and it just blows me away. One lady said her scar tissues that she'd had for 20 years was gone in 3 weeks. And that usually doesn't happen. I think when I was a kid, we all got smallpox vaccines, or we had that little scar in I don't even know what shoulder it was on, but it's not there. So a lot of times, people see, again, after the fourth, I talked about when you increase the body temperature and you have the fever and you activate the parasympathetic, the nervous system, then what that does is the mitochondria start creating energy, so you feel revitalized. So 2 weeks ago, I was at an extraordinary technology conference, and this one man got in, and he said, oh my gosh, in 1 minute, I can feel the mitochondria in my hand creating energy, in my feet, in my legs, in my body, in my head, in my brain. He said, I've got $4,000 or $5,000 machines that can't do this. So again, when you're, well, I don't know about this. A lot of people, they're medical doctors, they want to see research. Well, I've got a degree in mathematics, and all research begins with data. And you collect data by having observations and having experiences. So I say to these people, go on in, and then when they go in and they say, oh my gosh, and their wife or their husband, is reluctant, I get in, I say, go on in, because this person's going to be raving about it for the next 12 hours. And if you're going for 1 minute or 30 seconds, you'll be able to understand what they're talking about. So it really is a very, very unique experience. The magic of 7 to 14 micron frequency is a fact in itself. It's been, there's a lot of research and more research going on. All saunas, I talk about, a lot of people, if you go on Amazon, everyone's got a sauna that everyone raves about. And this is wonderful because they're all going to be beneficial. But if you live 5 miles from the grocery store and someone gives you a bicycle, you're going to be so happy. You're going to tell everyone. You're going to be going all over on YouTube saying, man, I got a bicycle and it's so much better than walking. I can't believe how good it is. I recommend everyone get a bicycle. Then he finds out about a motorcycle. Says, oh my gosh, this is way better. Then someone gives him a Chevy Chevette. He said, oh my gosh, I can even take my groceries home. And then someone gives him a Mercedes or the Relax Sauna, and he says, oh my gosh, this is the cat's meow. It's more comfortable, I feel better, and dot, dot, dot. So, you know, I've learned to honor. I mean, there's so many wonderful things coming out, and, you know, like no matter where you are, there's always something greater, you know, and the poem by Rumi explains this or exemplifies this when he says, I died as a mineral and I became a plant, I rose to animal, and then I became a human, and whatever makes me think I've become less by dying, let me become like an angel in air, let me not exist or in human form or whatever. So you always become greater. So when you let go, and this is related to the book that I'm in the process of publishing, you know, when you let go of a belief, you can free yourself from the limitations of that belief. And a good example of a belief that does not serve you anymore is a ladder that can get you to the third floor of the roof of a building, of a third of 3 floors. What's there waiting for you? A helicopter. Where's it taking you? To your dream destination. And you tell the pilot of the helicopter, hey, wait, I want to take my ladder. My 40-foot ladder. And they said, well, you know, there's going to be a problem. And so you then have to decide whether you let go of your belief or whether you go on and become more free. So, you know, so I encourage you to have an open mind, to have an open heart. That's really actually more important, because when your heart opens, then the mind sort of cracks a little bit and you can see some sunlight. So the magic of light, the invisible light, and you have invisible sound too. They connect you, and you activate the parasympathetic, and you get into your inner knowingness, and you connect with that. And the other day I sort of realized, oh my gosh, when you listen to your heart or your inner guidance, and some people call that God, that's called God listening. And let's abbreviate, call it G hyphen listening. Let's take the hyphen out. It's called glistening. So when you listen to your heart or your inner guidance, or when you listen to God, then you start to glisten. So now you know the derivative of the word glistening. So if you don't get anything from this talk, at least you have something to take home with you. Now, my name is Philip Wilson, and I have a phone number, and I'm still not that famous where I still accept phone calls. I don't screen them, and my phone number is 626-200-8454. And I live in Las Vegas. I've been here for 6 years. I lived in Indiana for 20 years, and in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio for 50 years. And I've been in Las Vegas for 6 years now. And I've been promoting the Relax Sauna for 21, 22 years. I've used it almost every day, every morning for 20 minutes. And when I have time, I'll get out, drink some water, and then do another 20 minutes. And then on spa day for Phil, I'll do it a third time for 20 minutes. I feel like I've been at the spa for 9 hours. It really, really is a wonderful experience. But again, the 5 to 7 minute experiences with your clothes on and not sweating, or just starting to get a little budding, you will feel great. And so I've been in the Relax Sauna about 8,000 times already, and it's one of the loves of my life. I don't limit the loves of my life. You know, it's something that and many people, you know, they're saunites. I call them saunites, lovers of the saunas. And I put someone in yesterday, like I said, who's been loving saunas, and they go in and say, this is special. And that's what I want to get across. The Relax Sauna is actually a $20,000 sauna. It's worth that much. It's priceless. And it's 3 times more powerful than almost any other sauna. But we sell it for $2,000 online. Well, that's the suggested retail right now. In 2024, we're selling it for $1,500 online for the silver model. The black tent model, which is just a glorified greater tent, same radiator, sells for $2,100. The prices are probably going up $150, $200 at the beginning of January 2025. So it's a warning, so get it now. And people come back a year later after saying, gee, I wished I bought it last year. I said, yeah, you lost $18,000 worth of services because it's worth $50 a day, and there's 360 days in a year. If you multiply $50, that's $18,000 worth of services you lost. And if you're married, that's $36,000 worth of services you lost. So I'm trying to do you a favor. I'm saying, you know, get it now. You'll be grateful. We do payment plans if we have to. We want to get these in as many homes as possible. And when we sell to a lot of the doctors, a lot of the health professionals, this is our marketing. A lot of the health professionals or influencers will then start selling the Relax Sauna to their patients. They let them try it for 7 to 10 minutes, or they'll do a 25-minute sweat in their office they'll charge about $50, give or take $10 or so for a 20-25-minute session. And then after people do like 2 sessions a week for 2 or 3 weeks, they say, you know, why don't I just buy one from you? So we drop ship to them, we send it to them, or we can give them a discount code and they can give it to and a link, and they can give it to they can do their email it. And a lot of people will do, I've been interviewed about 20, 30 times already. A green smoothie girl actually sold 300 saunas in 3 weeks interviewing me. But we've had 2 or 3 other people, you know, about 4 or 5 other people sell 100 or more saunas by interviewing me. And we have about a dozen or 2 that sold 20 to 40 saunas. You know, again, when you have the audience and you explain to them why the Relax Sauna is special, even without experiencing it. But when we do these shows, a lot of times we'll sell 10, 20. We usually sell about 20 saunas at this show every year. The last couple of years we haven't because everyone already has one, but we're coming out with more information, educating you, and so this year it looks like we'll probably sell that many. And again, we want to encourage you to experience the Relax Sauna. Our new slogan is experience the difference, feel the momentum, which is in line with, you know, when I was meditating 27 years ago and they said, momentum, you know, and it's like a little ping pong ball or lottery ball coming out of a volcano that I was looking at, or a serpent mound, and all of a sudden I said, oh, and then they said, taking advantage of the moment, and I said, I never realized momentum came from the word moment. And I'm still, you know, so like the beef, the Wendy's, the beef commercial, you know, well, where's the beef? You know, something is still missing. And then all of a sudden, when I said that, they said, propelling yourself into greatness. And so that's why when you're living in the moment, but not just living in the moment, taking advantage of the moment because you're listening. When you're listening, that wave is there, and you get right in front of the wave, and it propels you into greatness. And that's what we want. We want to experience greatness. And to experience our destiny, and our destiny is far greater than we can ever imagine with our minds, because the mind is very limited as a tool that we use, just like the feelings or emotional body, just like our physical body. And then you put clothes on it, and then you get into a car, but you are an eternal being of light, or just an atom, a unit of awareness. And you are, like Jonathan Livingston's seagull, you are limitless. You are you're a point in mathematics. You're a point here. You're just a unit of awareness. You can be clothed in light. You're a light being. You're a far infrared light being, as I said. Daniel Brinkley, a good friend of mine, he says, you know, he's had 4 near-death experiences. He says, we are spiritual light beings, yes, and we all also are far infrared light beings. And that's why the far infrared energy between 7 and 14 microns resonates with our water molecules, and that's the special magical frequency. So if you're interested in buying any sauna, you ask them, well, how much of the active ingredient, how much of the actually energy, the far infrared energy that actually resonates with my cells in my body do you have? And a lot of times they can't tell you. When you buy a turmeric product, you want to know how much curcumin it is. The more curcumin it is, the active ingredient, the more profound it's going to be and effective to get rid of pain and all the other things that turmeric does for you. So, you know, we're really proud to present the Relax Sauna, talk about the magic of the 7 to 14 micron. Sherry Rogers says it's 4 to 14 micron, and that our bodies itself emit 9.4 microns, 3 to 50, but mainly 9.4 microns. And so this is information out there, but people haven't zeroed in on it because of all the marketing ploys. Well, we have Red Light. The guy who wrote the Red Light book, it's a great book. He talks about red light and near-infrared all the time. So Dr. Stubbins from Philadelphia gave me, he assayed it and said, you know, all those things are true about red and near, but the guy doesn't mention that far infrared can do all that plus way, way, way more, because we vibrate the water molecules and increase the body temperature and fulfill the dream of Hippocrates. So anytime you hear something great about red and near, that's true. Near penetrates 1 to 2 millimeters. The lasers can penetrate 9 inches, but that's a specific frequency. But the range of near infrared penetrates 1 to 2 millimeters, and the Relax, or the far infrared penetrates 1 3/4 to 2 inches, which is 40 to 50 millimeters, 20 times as far. And the beautiful part about it is when your cells talk to each other. So when you go out into the sun when the sun is really hot, you close your eyes, you're in your clothes, and you feel to the core of your bone that incredible, oh my God, I feel so good. You want to die, you feel so good. Okay, even when it's cold out, you close your eyes and you feel that hot sun, and that penetrates, and it goes through the whole bone. It goes 4 or 5, you know, if I'm 250 pounds, it'll go 12 inches into your body. Me, it only goes about 8 inches, but it goes to the core, it goes to the bone, and magic happens. So far infrared light is part of the frequency of the medicine of the future, and educate yourself more, read books on it, and we are coming out with more and more. We're rebranding, coming out. We have a new logo that we just came out with. It's sort of like half being presented, and we're presenting the research we have, along with the thousands of testimonials. So again, my email is phil@relaxsaunas.com. Our website is relaxsaunas.com, and that has an S in it, relaxsaunas.com. And the relaxsaunas.com superior has more information on it. Go there and call me up, email me, ask me questions, and I'm delighted that all of you were so receptive to everything that I said. I don't know everything, but a lot of the stuff that I said, and I really appreciate your attentiveness, and I'm actually going to entertain questions now. Does anyone have a question? Yes, sir.
How hot does it actually get in this?
Thank you. I forgot to mention that. See, the versatility and the convenience of the Relax Sauna is itself one of the great features. It's the only portable sauna that you can actually put in a suitcase. If you get not the 19-inch, 28-inch suitcases, but the 21-inch Samsonite, and a lot of the companies have it. The chair will actually fit in there, and the tent goes into a carrying case, and the radiator goes into, and you can travel with it very, very easily. Now the temperature initially, it's about 130, 140, 145 degrees it gets in about 3 to 5 to 7 minutes. There is the semiconductor chip is temperature controlled, so we don't have a temperature gauge. We don't set it at a temperature. We just have a timer. We have a 30-minute timer, and usually in 20 minutes you're finished. But it can get up to 169 degrees, and some said it can even get up to 170, 175, and that is pretty much too hot for most people. But we have a digital, sophisticated temperature control device that's magical. It's called a zipper. And so if you get too hot, you just unzip the zipper 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 16 inches or 20 inches to the knees. And a lot of people, like a lot of times, I'll have the whole tent, up to my ankles, and after 25 minutes, I'll start sweating. I'll be meditating in it or whatever, or I'll just be, playing with my cell phone. Now, again, the far infrared will antidote the negative effects of EMF caused by cell phones. And in San Diego, electric company presented all these electrical appliances and how much EMF has. The Relax Sauna has the 3rd and 7th lowest of the 21 most common household appliances. And then that Harvard study, we had 1/10 the EMF of that low EMF $1,200 sauna. Now were low EMF because they had 1/15 the EMF of the Amazon sauna. But again, the cell phone is way worse in the EMF, and so is the Wi-Fi in this building if you don't have a cell phone. Now, the Harvard MIT study also told us the power intensity, penetration intensity of the relaxed sauna was 3.5 times that of the $1,200 sauna. 3.5 times, way more than 3.5 times effective, but the penetration intensity was 3.5 times of the $1,200 sauna and 4.5 times the intensity of the Amazon sauna, which means the $1,200 sauna is just a tad better than the $300 Amazon sauna, but the relaxed sauna shined way more. I mean, it's like the Harvard study just blew Dr. Stubbins away with the results that the research says, because we've been saying this for years and years and years, and people said, oh, I have this other sauna, I have this other sauna. And, but when you go and experience the relaxed sauna, and we have so many people who are sauna enthusiasts, been using saunas. One person, we were at a conference about 4 or 5 years ago in Florida, and we took the sauna up to his hotel room, and he tested and said, I've tested 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 different kind of herbal products and other devices, and none of them are even, 1/10 of the power of this relaxed sauna for what it does to the body. So that's any other questions? Okay, so the versatility of the relaxed sauna, like I talked about, the temperature. It's not so much the outside temperature. It's not the heat. It's the light resonating with the water molecule that increases the body temperature. That's the therapy. So but it does get hot, and it can get as hot as you want. And the purpose of the heat, which is a byproduct, every computer has a fan, and the fan blows the heat off of the computer chip so that the computer will not go out. And that's why we need a fan to blow the heat off, and that's the byproduct. But it works great with the healing resonating light that warms your body temperature, and the outside temperature is cozy and gives you that marshmallow kind of feeling, the warm hug from the grandma. And so it's a beautiful combination that's sort of like, I would say accidentally happened, but it makes the relaxed sauna a very wonderful experience, and I thank you so much for listening to me and putting up with me. So thank you.
Thank you.